Better Together program encourages Jewish teens and their elders to work together towards a collaborative goal, and through that to learn. And it really comes out of the Jewish faith and the importance put on respecting elders and learning from their elders.
The residents really enjoyed the program because they got to share their stories, they got to learn a lot of new things, and they got to eat a lot of food. And part of Jewish heritage is food. Two of the programs focused around food. One was for Hanukkah, where they came and made latkes with us. And they spoke about the different types of latkes, and we made two different kinds. We made potato and cheese.
Hanukkah has always been a holiday full of family and food, and I will always look forward to this special holiday.
A second time they came and they brought different foods from the Jewish heritage, like kugel and matzah and hamantashen, and residents got to taste it and learn the history behind it.
I did enjoy it.
What was your favorite part?
Eating the hamantashen.
Eating the hamantashen. Which flavor did you enjoy the most?
I used to make prune hamantashen many years ago.
This year we've been exploring, how do you strengthen your empathy? How do you learn how to empathize with different groups? Another resident recommended that we all take a trip to the Center for Civil and Human Rights, and we made that happen.
I feel it's such an important museum for everybody to see, starting at a young age, and realize what's going on in this world and what we can't put up with.
I think that someone can only learn so much from reading out of a textbook or going online and searching up something about it. But when we talk to other people about their experiences in different situations, we get a better grasp on that specifically.
Learning about their experience through the events that we're learning about in class, and we're seeing their experience firsthand from them.
Someone asked me the question, what impressed you at the museum? And I think the most impressive thing was having all of the young people there talking with us in an adult manner and an educated manner, and bringing us to some insights that we may not have had before. It was a wonderful trip for me personally.
So the state government was like, oh, we don't want integration in our schools, but the federal government had more power.
You mentioned the bus situation that occurred. So over here on this wall,
what were some exhibits that stood out that maybe you lived through or had the most meaning to you?
I'm old, so I got to see a lot of things. I lived through not going to the back of the bus, but I thought that the museum itself was done beautifully.
So I guess one of our questions that we have for you guys, because you have so much more life experience than us and you're much more knowledgeable than us, is do you have any advice for us as teenagers of how to try to stand up to injustice, or how to try to bring people together and, you know, fight for the common good?
Coming from New York to Miami, lived in Miami since 1954. It was a very difficult experience for me to see water fountains marked colored and white. But I lived through that period of time, and when finally by, maybe in the 60s, things began to change.
In Charleston, South Carolina, I would get on the bus with my father, but we always sat at the back of the bus. And I was truly brought up to feel the injustice.
And it's really important that we remember history, just like we remember what happened to us 2,000 years ago in Egypt and at the Holocaust, and we bring that today and don't let history repeat itself.
Afterwards, we always do reflections, and students' reflections really focus on just the ways that the residents' memories made the exhibits in the museum much more rich and much more meaningful to them. Tile Project was part of our larger school's Martin Luther King Day celebration.
They were able to come up with sayings or pictures that had to do with peace and put it on a tile with a student who's much, much younger than them. They realized that there was something in common, that The students wanted peace, and so did the residents.
When it's finished, we'll have a mural that shows, an entire lifespan of people coming together, and saying better together.
I really enjoyed painting tiles. Well, I love to do artistic things if it's going for a good purpose.
And those tiles have now been collaged together and will be presented as a plaque for Berman Commons.
I think it's wonderful. Older people love to be amongst young people. Makes us feel young. I think we all have to just be kind and good to each other and love each other.
Yeah.
Well, it's nice that you're taking an interest in what we're doing or not doing. I'm happy with it. I'm glad you're here.
And I hope you continue it. And I hope the administration of the school sees this as a positive way of bridging the gap. And I appreciate that very much.
I think what I've taken away most from this whole experience is we all have to be respectful to each other and show love between ourselves so that we can all stay together and learn from each other. And I think that that's very powerful.
It is very powerful. Love is powerful.